the Sahitya Academy, and of course I feel that for you also you'll feel the same thing. And today all those award winners who got their awards yesterday will speak about their experiences and their journey of writing and what is in their mind about their language, their writing. It has a liberty to say whatever they want. And but they have given all the papers well in advance to the academy. We have circulated the guests who have come here. So I request all the award winners to be brief, not necessary to read complete text of the paper, because there are 21 awardees will speak in 2.5 hours, because we have to finish by 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock is the lunch. So kindly keep the time thing 7 to 8 minutes maximum per awardee. That time limit I request all of you to maintain. If your text is bigger one, you can just omit some paragraphs and rest you can read it. This writers meet is going to be chaired. It is a convention of the academy. Vice President always chairs this session. I request Professor Chandrasekhar Kambarji to come on the dais. Friends, you know that Professor Kambarji doesn't need any introduction. He is a very well-known Kannada fiction writer, playwright and a poet and folklorist and a film director, and he got a Bharati Jnanpith Award and Padma Shri and Sahitya Academy Award, Sangeet Natak Academy Award, and many more awards. And he was a founder vice chancellor of Kannada University Hampi, and he was a former member of Legislative Council of Karnataka government, and many important positions he held earlier. With this, I welcome Professor Kambarji and also all the award winners who have got Sahitya Academy awards and that were presented yesterday. Vice President will say his remarks at the end. So we will start the presentation with Arupa Patangya Kalita, Assamese awardee. So once again I request, please be brief, 5 to 7 minutes, if not 8.
First of all, let me thank Sahitya Academy for giving me the opportunity to stand before you all. I carry with me the proud legacy of 700 years old rich literature of Assam, homage to my predecessors. Assamese language and literature acquire a new dimension, richness and vibrancy with the incorporation of writers from different cultures of Assam. This is something unique. I am proud to be a part of it. I started writing in my childhood. I wrote my first story when I was barely 12 years old. The title of the story was The Deprived, which was published in the Children's Corner of a daily newspaper. I wrote a number of stories in my school days, published in the Children's Corners of several newspapers. What always disturbed me was sadness and deprivation in the lives of the people with whom I interacted. The suffering people around me, a fisherman, a crippled girl, a poor wage earner, and such other characters found their ways into my works. I had a joyous and quiet and affluent childhood. I don't know how I have learned to be a part of these tragic sagas of deprivations and agony. I wished everyone around me should live in comfort and happiness. This innate empathy with the lot of others may be the reason for my attraction towards the left ideology. I breathe, I write, I live. What do I write? Very simple. I write about the sky over my head, the hills and the rivers I live with, the bird songs I listen to, the breeze I feel, the people with whom I interact, the time where I exist. My perception of reality is a creative writer's perception of reality. While trying to portray the reality around me, a host of words with total negative connotations as rape, murder, death, massacre, ethnic cleansing, loot, arson, violence, above all terror, have crept into my works. I feel the tumultuous time in my pulse. I'm waiting for the day when readers will consider a large part of my work as sad and unfortunate tales of bygone days. As a woman, I have tried to bring forth the invisible history of women that has been created, unrecognized by the mainstream patriarchal history. I believe literature has a powerful impact in the history of human civilization. Literature changes society very silently but surely. Commodification of rank commercialization of literature is going to divert it from its noble pursuit. In art forms like cinema, sculpture, painting, the problem of communication is not a serious one. But in literature, the best writings in the Indian languages can be read only by the readers who belong to the same linguistic community as that of the author. I am more familiar with Western literature than with my own Indian literature. Translation is the answer. I want to mention that Juban, the Delhi-based publisher, has translated 2 of my novels into English. Thanks to Juban and Harper & Collins for taking interest in my work. I believe in the power of words and also in the social role of wordsmiths. I myself want to be the voice of reason and truth. I must be accountable to myself. The last 3 decades have not been very kind to us in Assam. During the period, the people of Assam have suffered a lot. I have written about their lives. Actually, it is our own lives that I am writing about. However, it may please be noted that though I write about suffering, I also record the protest and resistance building up, slowly, sporadically, but building up all right. I believe in change and optimism. Critical optimism is important because that inspires us to fight against the forces of darkness and evil. Thank you.